What is up, people? Welcome to the live stream. It's me, tamagoVODs, and welcome to Not a Therapist. Today I'm going to be going through your burning questions, queries, dilemmas, and seeing if me, an unqualified 23-year-old YouTuber, can perhaps alleviate some of your worries. You can click !nat or type that into the chat, and you can figure out what to enter so that you can make your submission. I got thrown off because I saw muted and I was like, holy crap, did I actually get muted? But I didn't. I'm good. Imagine if I said all that and I was muted. Put your submissions in the form. I will take a look at them and I'll see what I can do to help you. I would like to say my lawyer asked me to read something prior to actually offering any advice whatsoever. So they asked me to specify that this is strictly not therapy and no advice should be given. No advice given should be considered in any serious capacity. I hold no liability for any harm or psychological damage which may incur as a result of following any recommendations given. All right, thank you very much. Now that we are done with that, how's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. Am I serious? Of course I'm serious, Kevin. I'm always serious. What's good? What's good? Doggy saying, so no patient confidentiality. There is no requirement. There is no requirement whatsoever for an email address to be given. No names will be revealed. I mean, I don't even know the names of the people who have submitted response. So yeah, put your questions in there. And we'll see what people are saying. What's up, people? IMC, what's good? IMC is my lawyer. It's true. It's true. You didn't have to reveal, but hey, it's your choice, isn't it? Nishnash Nosh, welcome to the stream. How are you? Clip this to defend against the lawsuits? Absolutely. Don't worry. We're going to have it recorded. Have you taken a peek at the responses? I have them up right now. I'm looking at them as we speak. A lot of them are jokes, but hey, there are some serious ones in there, which I think should be interesting. So we'll check that out. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I hope you're good. Chicken Nugget, welcome to the stream. I submitted 1 or 2 or 10 or 30, no biggie, bruh. Frenzy dear, you made Tamago and Family Guy 3. Okay. I reported you for the last one. Twitter got back to me and they said that my report had no grounds. And I vehemently disagreed because it was harmful content. But whatever, we'll agree to disagree on that one. So real quick, before we get into answering your guys' burning questions, what the flip is this?
Look, it's Tom Tucker from the news, and that must be his son.
Is that supposed to be Bright Legs? Maybe, but what's this thing on the head?
Oh my.
I feel bad staring without having paid for a ticket.
That?
I mean, really, how am I supposed to follow that act? Bite the head off a chicken?
Dad, they're staring at me.
They're just jealous.
Right legs
Oh
off
my god! What the flip? Bro, what the flip is this?
I thought that sound was part of the video. Scone Pro, thank you very much for the donation saying, haha, joke's on you. I was in real therapy only a few weeks ago. Damn, Scone Pro, we might have to ask you the questions then. You've got that experience. Okay, let's go. Frenzy dear, thanks for the submission. Thanks for the submission, bruh. Okay. Foxy, you uploaded the semi-doll as well. Okay, may as well do that. We'll do that, and then we're gonna answer these questions, okay? So we got 1 minute. Put the video in full. I made it so you can still see. Dude, you actually... Okay, let's see how well you edited this then.
Yes!
Oh, you're punching me. Okay, nice. What is this, man? Dude, where is the freaking puzzle? This is nonsense. Where's the puzzle? It's not even about the puzzle anymore. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, I know what video. You showed it for a second. I know what video that is. Anyone got a guess in the chat? Anyone got a guess in the chat? Yo, Kirkilo saying, yo, Simi, I've honestly been watching you since username problems, and I've been supporting you ever since. Really not a social media person, but I'm glad to reach out, and I can't thank you enough for everything over the years. Much love for real. Yo, Kirkilo, thank you very much for the kind message. You've been watching since username problems? Holy crap, that is crazy. You're an OG. I do appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. This is not username problems. Kevin, you're right. It is one of the first ones. Scumper saying, I love this film. Oh, is this the Mr. Bean movie? It is, isn't it? It is, yeah. Where he has to replace the painting. No one has gotten it yet. It is one of my first videos. One of the first ever. I think it might be the... It's the third animation I posted on my channel. Nope. The fourth animation. The fourth animation I posted on my channel. No one's gotten it just yet. We'll reveal a bit more. Any clues now? What is this therapy Google form? Click and find out. We're doing Not a Therapist with Tamago 24/7 for today. I don't think anyone's gotten it yet though. It is... Does Red Bull really give you... Oh, Frenzy dear, at the last moment, you got it. It's Does Red Bull really give you wings? That is the video. You're going overboard with these edits. Oh, Oski, you said it as well? You said Red Bull. Okay, fair play to you two. Fair play.
America is a nation.
These edits are getting out of hand. I'm sorry. They're getting out of hand. But thanks for the semi-doll nonetheless. All right, people. Are you ready for this? It's time. The guy from Family Guy was a picture you hated from yesterday. What picture did I hate from yesterday? I can't even remember at this point. You're talking about the bright legs looking thing? I'm sorry, my memory is not longer than 2 minutes. The one I reported. Oh, it's... I mean, yeah, I know you had it yesterday as well. I was wondering like what originally it came from. It's fine, it's fine. All right, people. So far, I've received 35 responses. And doing a quick scroll through of what's on my screen right now, I'm going to judge that about 15 of them are serious. And the other 20 are bullcrap. Let me go through though. The first one I think is actually a decent place to start. So I'm thinking, should I actually try and show these on screen? I'm not going to show all of them at once. I will do it one at a time, but it might help. Yo, XPVM Twitch, thank you very much for the resub. I do appreciate that. Saying hello to you too. Hello. All right. Let me real quick take a look at this. Okay, this should show up pretty well. I think this is a good way to go about it so that we can actually see what the submission is. And then we'll talk about it for a little bit. So, first one we have. I've got to go to uni, or you're about to go to uni, I'm guessing. And I don't know how to make friends. WTF, I do. So this is actually a very timely dilemma. You know, Kem, you got a perfect story for this? Let's hear it, man. Let's hear it. This is a very timely dilemma, and Doggy, thanks for the hydrate. Because for a lot of people, it is that time of year where they're starting university. Either this month or next month in the UK, especially. Now, it's worth me pointing out that I have not been to university. So I was never in this particular scenario where maybe you're moving to a whole new city, a whole new area, for some, maybe even a whole new country, and you're having to make friends. The thing I would say to keep in mind is that you're in a situation that is being shared with most, if not every other student there. They're new to the establishment. Many of them are new to their area, and they're also looking to make friends, right? So when you get a bunch of people looking to make friends together, friends are naturally gonna occur. Even if you consider yourself as not knowing how to make friends, maybe that comes from a place of you haven't had to do it for a long time. Maybe you went to the same school for a while, you kind of had your friendship group, and that's all you really had for a long time. Now you actually have to actively try and make friends again. I would say be open. And when I say be open, I mean like be open to speaking to new people. It can be daunting, obviously it can be daunting, but be open to speaking to new people. Try to put yourself out there. You can't make friends if you lock yourself up in your room. If you want to make friends, you have to be where the people are at. So if your university is throwing any kind of like freshers event where they're trying to get people to kind of mingle and just explore the university campus and stuff like that, go to those, because those are the opportunities to meet people. And I think it's also worth bearing in mind that the people you meet day one, day two, maybe even week one aren't necessarily going to be the people you're hanging out with 6 months down the line. But at least having that initial group of people that you have a familiarity with can help you and help ease the university experience. You know, when you have a shared group of people that have you know, a shared situation, and you're gonna have a lot of that when you're all starting university together. I want to see in the chat what other people are saying as well, because I know that there's gonna be a lot of you know, shared advice on this. Can chat members give advice? Yeah, you can all put your thoughts in. You can all put your thoughts in. Oh, Kevin's saying, oh god, I gotta type this. Kevin, if it's really long, you can hop on and say if you want to share your story. IMC saying cool, I'll do that. Hopefully I'll speak about Tamago 24/7 for in uni. Shout out to IMC. Madeline saying, it's your chance to start anew. Since most people don't know you or your past, it's a very exciting time. That is also true. I mean, you're in a situation where like everyone, well, most people, unless you went to university with someone who went to the same school as you, but almost everyone doesn't know you. So you can be whoever you want. Now, obviously, be who you are. Obviously, be who you are. But whatever baggage you have from secondary school, sixth form, whatever, you can leave that behind and start afresh in university. So it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time. I'm not qualified to give advice in uni, but I think a place like that would be a perfect place to just naturally make new friends. I think so as well. And obviously, there's a lot of changes for a lot of people. That's the first time they're moving out of the house as well. So it's a lot of changes to deal with at once, and it can be hard to cope with all of that at once, but it is still a great opportunity. And I would say it doesn't necessarily mean you have to lose contact with your old friends, you know, like I'm still in contact with most of my friends I had in secondary school, you know, and like despite them having gone to uni and having 5 years passed since we were in school together, we still hang out, we still meet up, we still talk quite frequently. So yeah, it's really like good to also maintain those friendships with your friends if those friendships are important to you. Wait, did Kevin say he wants to chat? If you do, Kevin, you can just hop into Discord. See me looking like an English teacher. This is my not a therapist uniform. Not a therapist. All my friends have moved away for college. Yeah, I can see how that would be. That's sad. You don't have them to hang out with like that. But hey, Discord's got video chat. you can see them. Simi be giving uni advice at 16, bruh. Simi, are you going through all of them or just the serious ones? There's a mixture, okay? There's a mixture. I'll be discussing some of them, alright? I'm more of a FaceTime person. I'm not gonna make my friends download Discord. Your friends aren't cool like that. They don't have Discord by default. Okay, yeah. Nah, that's fair. I get you. Catastrophe saying, ask lots of questions. People love talking about themselves. That is such good advice. Do you know how many times I've like, someone's been like, yo, that was a great conversation. And all I did was, oh yeah. Oh right, tell me about that. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then what? They'll be like, that was an amazing conversation. I'm like, yeah, nah, it was. It's actually such a cheat code. You can just like, just keep them talking. Kevin has sent me apparently some biblical paragraph. It's not that long. It's not that long. Let me read this. So this is Kevin's story. Supposedly in response to the question of how do you make friends at university. All right, so I'm quoting Kevin right now. So Simi knows I went to film school, and when I came there, it was a nightmare socially wise. I did not make many friends there, mostly because sometimes they were 26-year-olds who smoke and just were way above my social level. So cut to next year when I'm going to university where I'm currently going to do my last year, I said to myself, I know how not to do it because of last year, so let me make the first move now. And my first freaking sentence to my current friends were, hi, I'm Kevin, like the peacock from Up. Hi, I'm Kevin, like the peacock from Up. Are you joking, man? What a bad opener. But that said, it was an icebreaker and the ball just went rolling. So no matter how bad it goes, it'll eventually grow if they're good friends, and you shouldn't worry. Kevin, that's a great story. That's a great story. And I think that goes to show there's no need to worry about being awkward, right? Like you can fumble your words, you can mess up, you can say something like, my name is Kevin, like the wait, was it Peacock from Up, which I don't think is that bad, to be honest. But you can say something like that and it still works because people aren't judging you as much as you might feel like they are. You know, a lot of people really are trying to think about, and especially when you're talking about like people fresh to university, they're worried about how they're coming across. So they're not really too worried about, oh wait, that was weird what you just said. Like, it'll be fine. They're thinking about themselves way more than they're thinking about you. So hopefully that should calm your nerves if you have any. I missed his icebreaker. Was it good? It was good, Madeline. I will not be repeating it. Does it show who sent which response? Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's completely anonymous. I don't know who sent whatever it is that was written. I don't know who sent it. So I'll just quickly show this right here. Send it through here. All submissions are anonymous. I don't get emails. I don't get nothing. I don't know who sent it. So hopefully that should calm some nerves. Also, I said the Dora film bangs in the first week of uni too. Bruh. That's what they all say. The question doesn't have to be super serious. Just give me a question that you actually want my response to. Okay, this is an interesting one. I don't know how I can help with this, but I'll think of it. I gotta do a charity run in 3 weeks and I have an injury. What do I do? So you haven't specified what kind of injury you have. If it's an injury to do with your legs, then I imagine that would be quite a dilemma. And not only am I not a therapist, I'm also not a physiotherapist. So I would consult your general practitioner regarding that. If it's you know, an injury that doesn't actually have to do with your legs or your arms, or it's something that isn't affected by you running, which I don't know what kind of injury that would be. Maybe you got a paper cut, perhaps. Then, you know, it might be possible, but still, you should consult a physiotherapist or your general practitioner for more advice on that one. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I hope that was helpful. Just inshallah and run. That's what I do. Kevin saying ice and then the equivalent of whatever you've got in your country of Voltaren is my advice. So is Voltaren a type of painkiller? Let me see what Voltaren is for us over here. Hold on. Voltaren. There's a Voltaren UK. I don't think I've like... Oh, it's like a sort of heat patch type thing. Yeah, I know what this. I know we have this kind of stuff in the UK, obviously. But yeah, that eat relief gel. Okay, cool. You do not have to win the race, you just have to finish. That's also true. You can just I know it's called a run, but you can walk as well. That is also an option. It's I don't know how long the run is gonna be. It's not a marathon necessarily, so you know, I think it's still doable. Maybe try out with a treadmill first. That is probably a good idea. Voltaren is ibuprofen on steroids, right? Also, ironically, watch a movie and let your body rest for that duration. It's what I recommend to my tennis students. Ironically, watch a movie? Ironically? Why? Why does it have to be ironic? What? I don't mean just the patch, it's also a cream. Fair. What do they call a wingless fly? Yeah, a walk. They call it a walk. Thank you. I've played the impossible quiz. Another option is just fake your own death and fake your identity in Mexico. I don't see how that would necessarily help. However, you do you. Okay, this next one I can answer with confidence and nuance. Should I drink Sprite or 7-Up? So, Sprite, in my opinion, is the better drink. Okay, I think it has a better balance of carbonation because 7-Up, tasting very similar to Sprite, is just a bit over-carbonated to the point where it can sometimes feel like drinking foam, especially when, you know, you've just poured it in a glass maybe, and it has a lot of, you know, that like carbonated foam at the top, whereas Sprite is it's a lot sharper in flavor, and it's not gonna have as much carbonation, but it still tastes really good. I think Sprite is better. Obviously 7-Up is still great. I would never turn my nose down on 7-Up. Sprite is my favorite fizzy drink, and 7-Up is an acceptable alternative. You know, for me it goes Sprite, 7-Up, and then, you know, generic lemonade or Schweppes or whatever. But out of the two, if you have the option, I would go for Sprite. Always drink chilled, not room temperature. Thank you very much. All right, that was a nice easy one today. Why am I being kicked out of the stream? 7-Up is like Mountain Dew X Sprite, bro. Sprite is the best soda, I agree. 7-Up is banned in Brazil. I don't know, it was in 2014 for a while. Really? What was the reason for that? Huh. Sprite is better because if you have 200 mils of Sprite and 7-Up, you would have more Sprite because there's less carbonation, right? Maybe, I'm not sure if that's how carbonation like works, but maybe. Oh man. So yes. Germany 7-1 to Brazil. 7-Up was banned in Brazil. That is, wow. That is a that's funny. I want to say a shout out to someone who hasn't submitted a question, but it is still nice. What is Agony Aunt? I haven't heard of it before. Agony Aunt is like a publication. I don't know if it was like a trademarked publication, but it was like it happened in newspapers and magazines where people would submit their dilemmas to the magazine, and then a columnist would respond to their dilemma in the next issue. So that's what I'm doing right now. By the way, I'm a huge fan of you, tamagoVODs, and watch your streams regularly, although I don't chat for security reasons. Yo, shout out to you lurking in the chat. I do appreciate you. Or lurking in the stream, I should say. I do appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you very much. Okay, what is the next one? Should I eat McDonald's or Burger King? If you can avoid eating either, it's probably best for your health, but I prefer McDonald's overall. I think I've just thrown any chance of getting a Burger King sponsorship out the window. Just Burger King, no, I have no values. So I will easily just say you're my favorite one if the bag is heavy enough. Thank you very much. What else do we have? Okay. This is a serious one. Let's pull this up. Oh, I thought it was serious because because I saw like a sad face and it said, I got this friend, right? And then I keep reading it and I'm like, oh. Okay, let me take a look at this. Take a look at this. So I got this friend, right? And I'm suggesting him pretty good stuff to watch. But like it never comes to fruition. So I feel ignored and betrayed. And when he does watch something, it's something I didn't even suggest to. Just makes me feel sad, man. So what I would say is that, you know, maybe the friend has some sort of list, maybe like a watch later list or a watch list that they use to keep track of the things that they're being recommended, so that hopefully at one point in the future they could watch it, perhaps. But maybe sometimes on a whim they just decide to watch something just because they saw something randomly. But generally speaking, they're like working on YouTube videos, and so they're not really trying to look for something to watch. But you never know. Maybe this friend will check it out at some point and will eventually get round to it, you know? So keep your head up. Don't stop believing. I hope that helped. Trey, what's good? Welcome to the stream. Relatable. I do that sometimes because I don't feel like watching it, but I'm not saying it's bad and he's watching bad shows or anything. I'm saying I've stopped believing a long time ago. Don't say that. You could discourage the person that sent this submission, man. Don't say that. Ah, this is an interesting question. Okay. Okay, this is an interesting one. What do you do if you feel like a group of people don't treat you how they used to? So, this one is an interesting one because it's also like dependent on the group of people. I'm gonna assume we're talking about a friendship group here, and it is really sad when you maybe feel like you're not as close to your friendship group as you used to be. Like maybe you feel like they're drifting apart from you, and it's not even a thing of the group all drifting apart from each other. Maybe you feel like you're being like singled out and kind of being outcast from the friend group, you know. I know of situations where that has happened, not even just among like young people in like school and stuff, but even amongst older adults in their late 20s, 30s. I know of stuff like this happening, and it's always an unpleasant situation. But I think one thing that is important to keep in mind is that you wouldn't want to be hanging out with people who don't appreciate your company, right? So if you feel like they're drifting apart from you and you feel like it's not necessarily, and I'll tackle this from another perspective in a moment, but you feel like it's not necessarily that, you know, anything about you has changed. Maybe you feel like they have just changed in a way that you haven't changed. Then sometimes you have to unfortunately let go and look for other people to hang out with, which, you know, is annoying and is sad, but that's just the reality of life sometimes. You don't really get to control how other people feel about you and how other people interact with you a lot of the time. Now, the alternative perspective I was thinking to offer here is, you know, maybe there is a chance, and I don't want you to, like, whoever puts this, don't want you to like blame yourself, be like, oh, it's because of me that they left. But maybe it's worth introspecting, like, is there something that happened that could have resulted in this? Because it's either that it's just a natural drifting apart, or maybe there was an incident that occurred. And if there's an incident that occurred, then it's actually possible that whatever rift has formed can be repaired, because you at least know like what triggered it in that sense. But I wouldn't want you to feel like, you know, guilty or like just blaming yourself, because a lot of times situations like this can just happen. People grow apart as they get older, you know. I've had like friends from primary school, like best friends in primary school, who once we got into secondary school, I thought, oh, we'd still be like really good friends, but times just change and you naturally just drift apart, you know what I mean? It happens, and it's a shame that it happens. but it's also just a natural part of life and like social relationships in that sense. So yeah, that's my answer to that question. Does anyone in the chat have anything that could help? Lalovo, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Let's see what people are saying. The group of people is us, and Scone Pro welcomes all. What? If it's a WhatsApp group, you can leave with a few clicks. This ain't even my question, but it hits. Simi, are you skipping or are you reading all of them? I'm reading all of them. So far, I haven't skipped any question. I haven't skipped any single one so far. If they're ignoring you even after reaching out, then you need to find people who appreciate you. If they're being weirdly rude, you need to communicate about it. Good advice, Madeline. Good advice. Okay, mate, cut out the therapy voice. It feels weird. Am I putting on a therapy voice? Was I doing that? My bad. I'm sorry. This is my sensitive voice. This is when I'm trying to be sensitive to people's feelings. I have no friends, so I don't know how drifting apart feels. Aaron, you might want to make a submission to not a therapist. Simi looking into the camera makes me feel uncomfortable. I've heard that too many times. I say you have a boxing fight with them. As long as there's a consensual boxing fight from both parties, sure. School sucks. I cut off contact with everyone apart from the few I actually like. Well, I mean, yeah, if you kept contact with the few you actually like, then I feel like that's fair. That's like what most people do. They only stay in contact with the people from school that they were cool with, right? So yeah, that's totally reasonable. Kevin saying, for me, right, in the beginning of secondary school, again, first year of that, I didn't make much friends. Sometimes legit just hid from people during playtime. Then I made a couple of friends who were in a group where a few of them didn't like me at all, right? But eventually you zone them out and you only speak with the people who are diverting traffic 2 ways, right? Yeah. And I can imagine that is an awkward situation in a friend group where you're cool with some people but not cool with other people. That can be quite a dilemma, honestly. What font do you use in your about section? I love it. My about section? Oh, on Twitch. Comica Display. Komika Display. It's the font I use for my YouTube channel as well. The one that's in the channel banner, all that stuff. So yeah. Bro's using connectives and subordinate clauses. I also had a friend who just straight up blocked me after years of friendship because we didn't talk anymore. But I said to him that it was rude as hell to just block me after years of friendship. And since we talk regularly again, since then we talk regularly again, so the chance you reconnect is a possibility. Yes, that is also, that's why I always say, like, that's why I was saying before as well, like, you know, there's always a chance to repair the rift if a rift has formed in a friendship. Frozen, you're here to talk to a therapist. You have come to the wrong place. Welcome. I would say find out why the people have drifted apart, and also if you have tried to change and stuff and they still don't care, then it's not your fault. It's theirs. Sometimes it's just a matter of people changing and no one's necessarily at fault. Kirkilo, thank you very much for the subscription. I do appreciate that. So yeah, I feel like don't assign blame to either party. Just be like, okay, we were friends. It didn't work out. At least we had a good friendship. Hopefully you had a good friendship and you can move on, you know? If you start talking to someone randomly, like you're already friends, sometimes they think you're cool and you have a new friend. Madeline, that's true. Sometimes you can just act like you're already someone's friend and they'll be like, oh wait, are we cool? Okay, yeah, sure. Do you know what? Let me, there's a TikTok which is perfect for illustrating how I've made a lot of the friends I've made over the years. This TikTok illustrates it perfectly. Hold on. Yeah. Pause the music. This is how I've made a lot of the friends I've made over the years.
What's good?
Good, guy.
What's good?
Still my boy, you saw the game last night?
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yo, bro, you played PlayStation before?
Yeah.
Yo, take out my PSN.
Alright, got you.
Put it on.
I'm sorry, this is actually the wrong TikTok. But it still illustrates the same idea. This is the wrong TikTok.
That's good.
Drink, go to the bar.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Yeah.
So sometimes it is just a result of seeing someone enough times to form that friendship. But that was the wrong TikTok, legitimately. The one I remember was better, but it gets the same idea across. Same idea. All right, Foxy, thanks for telling me about your first wife. Thank you. Simi's a TikTok weeb. I saw it on Twitter, so call me a Twitter weeb if anything. But yeah, let's see what the next question is. Hope you were able to help whoever submitted that one. All right, this is a joke one. In the beginning, I was watching this video I found on YouTube called Playing Eggs for Bart, a Simpsons horror game. At first, I thought this video was really good and entertaining. Then I decided to watch the other videos on the channel, and now I am stuck in a cycle. Whenever I try and go to sleep, I feel as if someone is watching behind me. I know there's nobody behind me, but I can feel a conscience behind me. Sometimes when I shower, I hear a faint wow behind me. It slowly has been getting louder and louder. Today, the wow sounded very loudly, and now I cannot be more terrified. What should I do? Yo, that's peak, bro. That is peak. All right, next submission. Oh, okay. Wow. All right then. This is all right. I'll try and give advice, but I don't personally have much experience with this, but I'll try and give advice. So, broke up with my ex a few months ago and still haven't gotten over her. What's the best way you suggest that can help in moving on? I'm hoping I can get some help in the chat here, but the initial thing I think of is obviously breaking up with someone you're in a relationship with is really hard, you know, and you're gonna find yourself missing them, this, that, and the other. One thing you I think is probably important to do if that has happened is to make sure you limit contact, right? If you break up with an ex, you're probably really likely to want to reach out to them again. But if it's one of those things where you guys have broken up and that's been like a decided thing, you don't want to then muddy the water by being like, okay, yeah, but I'll still text them when I'm lonely, or I'll still do this, I'll still do that. I think just giving yourself some time where you don't look at their Instagram or their other social media, you don't contact them, delete their number is probably best. Just make it so that you have that time away, because it's through that time that you're going to be able to essentially recover from the heartbreak that you've experienced. Yeah, you know, and if it's a situation where, let's say she's broken up with you, you didn't want to break up. I'm just saying that because you say you haven't gotten over her, which suggests that, you know, you weren't the perpetrator of the breakup. It's not necessarily the case, because you can break up with someone and then not get over them yourself, but I think it's just more likely, right? Just trying to find ways to not be preoccupied with that person in particular would help. Now, I don't think it's a good idea to like just try and go for like a rebound person, or just do things to keep yourself completely distracted. I think the hurt that you feel is worth feeling. You should like feel it through to completion, right? And there may always be a part of you that has that slight longing, but eventually over time you'll see other opportunities, in a sense. You know, maybe right now you can only think about that person. You're like, oh, they were the only person I wanted to be with. Over time, your mind starts to get a bit less cloudy, and you can see other potential out there. But it's a hard thing, and like I said, I am definitely not the best person to ask about this, so I will refer to the chat as well. Man said perpetrate. It's a fitting word. It's a fitting word. Let me see what some people have said. Drink at a bar. I'm joking. That's a joke. Don't do that. I got a friend who's had a relationship with his girlfriend for 3 years, and then he came out as gay, right? So that's the way to cope. Kevin, bro. You can't say that, bro. I need water. What the flip? Oh, bruh. All right. All right. My advice, watch the Before trilogy. The Before trilogy, that's a series of films, which of course Kevin would recommend, right? But they are a very good series of films, and they discuss the nature of relationships at different stages in life, and I think it is definitely worth watching. It is my favorite romance film ever. Like those three films, my favorite, and they're coming out with the fourth one and the final one this year. I think it's still this year. It might be next year, but I think it's still this year. Do watch it. Do watch it. There's also something I wanted to recommend. Okay, there's a scene. It's such a sad scene, but I actually love this scene. It's a scene from Call Me By Your Name, right? And it's the scene where the father is talking to his son. Now, I don't want to spoil the movie, but if you end up watching that film, or you don't care about spoilers and you just want to see the ending, type in Call Me By Your Name father-son scene. And it's the father talking to his son. And I think the advice that the father gives in that scene is very, very cogent as well. And I think it's something that would help to bear in mind for anyone who's going through this too. So I would recommend that. Kevin saying they're not doing a fourth Before movie. What are you talking about? Wait, I saw it though. I saw it. Wait. Fourth Before movie. I saw them announce that they were doing it. Oh. What? Did I get trolled? Did I get trolled? This whole time I thought there was going to be a fourth one. Okay, there's not a fourth one. Oh, damn it. I mean, that's fine. There only needed to be 3, but I can so vividly remember seeing an announcement for a fourth one. Frozen, thanks for the hydrate. And Tom again, I'll do that stretch as well. Cancel your ex on Twitter. I don't think that's a great idea. Most boring movie ever, and I've seen it 3 times. Really? Madeline, the Before series, you found it boring? I love movies that involve people having conversations, you know? So that's part of why I liked those films so much. But then again, you love what's that movie? That freaking Christmas romance movie. You like that one, so I can't take you seriously. Oh man, I'm a Timothy Chalamet hater too, so I don't know why. Bruh. What is the Before series? If you type into Google, it's a series of 3 films: Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight. All right. I think, was there anything else in there that I could have seen? Complex emotional circumstances, and you're still talking about grammar. Hey, grammar is important. It's important. I have Simi on 2 devices, and they sound like 2 people trying to present a presentation, but one of them is just repeating the other guy. Oh man. Did Simi answer my chicken or the egg question? I did not. I watched an ASAP Science video on this one time, and I think they said the egg, but I can't remember. Okay, what else have we got? Damn, we have 73 submissions. I wasn't expecting this many. How do you write a personal statement for college? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, there are so many resources online for writing personal statements. I would ask if your school has resources for helping to write that, because my school essentially ran workshops for writing our personal statements. If your school doesn't have stuff like that, there are really good resources online that you can use to know how to write a good personal statement. And there's one YouTuber I'm gonna recommend. I'm gonna find her real quick. She's not really a YouTuber, but she's made videos on YouTube, and I really like her stuff. I'm gonna try and find her. I hope I find her. Okay, yeah, Danielle Dupree's. It's funny, I didn't even watch her because I was trying to find advice for this stuff. I just came across her videos and I found it really interesting. But yeah, Danielle Dupree's, she's currently a teacher, and she's done a lot of videos about what colleges are looking for in like those personal essays, which is the same as a personal statement, right? Well, I think it's essentially the same. And yeah, her videos on that stuff have been really, I think, are really good, because she actually used to read them in order to, you know, like when you sent a college application, she would read it. So yeah, I mean, she even has click here for essay editing. I'd recommend checking her out, but there's like loads of resources online as well that can help you. And if you can, try and find someone who has gotten into university for the course you want to go to, or has gotten into the university you want to go to, and then just ask them, can I see your personal statement? And try and give them, and try to, you know, ask them for their tips and pointers. Like it's important to like reach out to someone who's done the thing you want to do, and then hopefully you can get that help. If you don't know anyone just off the top of your head who's gone and done the course you want to do, I'd recommend like asking your friends, like siblings or even parents. And even if you can't find them, I mean, honestly, you gotta be bold with this kind of stuff. Like, go to the university's alumni page and then start reaching out to the people on there. You know, like you kind of gotta hustle if you need to find these answers. So yeah, best of luck with writing your personal statement, though. Best of luck. Around this time is when you start writing it. When you're in year 13 at least. So I know what's up. I know what's up. Best of luck with that. Talk about your parents' divorce to make them take pity on you worked for me. I'm glad it worked for you, Madeline. I'm glad it worked. Oh man. Kevin's saying, alright, first of all, it may sound cliche, but passion. Make your passion sound truthful and honest. That will get to more people than just talent or whatever. That is true. That is true. You definitely want to display, and it also depends on how the school system works, because I think in the US it's far more about your own personal story, whereas in the UK they don't really care about about what you went through, right? They kind of just want to know why you like the subject so much specifically. But yeah, like either way, you want to like tell a good story and get across your passion. That is good. That is good. Scrum Pro saying, if it is something you are passionate about, whether applying for jobs or college, honestly, the content will come to you. How to structure it is what you will need to research. Structure is super important. Try to keep things concise. Try not to waffle too much. I know that's ironic coming from me, but you know, try to keep things concise. And yeah, no, I think that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much what we got. Tell me, can you watch a video from Laserpig? Who's Laserpig? Is that a YouTuber? I don't do raw reactions to YouTube videos on stream unless there's a specific reason. But shout out to you for supporting your favorite YouTuber. If they are, I don't know. I think my teacher once said you should be able to tell it between 500 to 750 words. I think that all depends on the actual like requirements of the of whatever you're submitting on, right? Or who you're submitting to, because there are different requirements for different things. Like one university I applied to, I think the limit was, do I even know what the limit was? Let me try and find out real quick. Let me see. Word limit was like 700. Oh no, it wasn't even words. It was like a character limit. Yeah, character limit was 4,000 characters, which came out to about 700 words. So yeah, it does depend on what the actual like limit of what you're submitting to is. But yeah. My advice is to use every word in the limit. I would agree. Like if there's more you can say, do say it. Do say it. I think it's harder to be concise than it is to come up with stuff to say. So do use up the the word limit. Best of luck with writing your personal statement. Best of luck. All right, what have we got next? All right, I asked my wife to buy me some Sprite, and she brought me an off-brand. Cries. Damn. Sorry, bro. At least she bought you something. Madeline writing, I'm Madeline. I sort of don't believe Madeline wrote that. I'm not gonna lie. I sort of don't believe it. But if you did, Madeline, shout out. Hey, Simi, I need help because my children have been watching too much Nickelodeon, and I think it's killing them. Get rid of the television. I don't know. Turn off the internet. All right, next question. A girl just came to my school, not from here. She's nice and cute, but I don't know how to approach her in a friendly way without seeming weird. Tips. Okay. A girl just came to my school, not from here. She's nice and cute, but I don't know how to approach her in a friendly way without seeming weird. Tips. First of all, this reminds me of when... You know the girl I had a crush on when I came up with my username? Like the 24/7 part of my username? I remember when she joined the school, and when I introduced myself to her, I was like, hi, I'm Simi. Would you like to be the blue Power Ranger? Because I play Power Rangers with my friends, and we have a red ranger, a yellow ranger, and a green ranger, but we don't have a blue one. So would you like to be the blue Power Ranger? I can't remember what she said, but she did not play Power Rangers with us. But I was back in primary school. Man, you had no game whatsoever. I was 7 years old. Cut me some freaking slack, bro. I might have even been 6. But yeah, so. You know, I would say, like, and thanks to the posture check, Aaron hates stuff. I would say that, you know, when someone has just joined a school, right? They are in a brand new environment. They're trying to adjust. So the first thing on their mind probably isn't, you know, who can I date or whatever. But if you, like, at least want to, like, say hello to this person and just be friendly, I think that's totally fine. I would, as you would with kind of approaching anybody that you're looking to have a conversation with, try and find some common ground. Is there a class that you're in together? Is there something that she seems to be into that you're into? I wouldn't approach it as, all right, I'm gonna try and like pick her up, kind of like a pickup artist. I would approach it more so like, hey, I want to know if this person is cool. Do I have something that could spark a conversation between us? Like, take it super casual, you know. I wouldn't worry too much about seeming weird as long as your intentions are kind of chill, you know. If you got chill intentions of, hey, you're new to the school, how you doing? That's even an in. You can just be like, hey, you're new to the school. If you want any like help around finding places or whatever, you know, my name is this. I'm happy to help you out. You know, like that's just keep it casual. Keep it casual. You don't want to scare anybody off, you know. But yeah. If you're looking for a way to approach, I would say just approaching as, hey, I'm here to help. If you need any help, that's a good way to approach, I'd say. Okay, what are we seeing? Well, I know some people are saying some wild stuff in the chat based on these emojis I'm seeing. Oh man, blue Power Ranger. That's cold. Should have asked her to be your player too, bruh. Madeline saying, don't be weird. If you think something might be weird, it probably is. Do not look at her as a date, but as a friend first. Don't be gross, which shouldn't be hard. All of this is good advice. I'm saying I'm slightly chuffed from that line. The Power Rangers line, bro. Oh man. Let's see. Ages ago, my friend tried to talk to a girl, but ended up just talking about Lego Batman to me instead. I didn't even want to talk about Lego Batman. It happens. Girls smell, just stay away, bruh. Send me the last person to give dating advice. Hey, listen. What is the name of this show? It's called Not a Therapist, all right? Not a therapist. Do not take any online advice from alpha males. Do not take any advice from males. No, but for real, don't take advice from alpha males. I swear, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's see. Talk about how much you hate Andrew Tate to you. To be honest, that probably wouldn't be a great idea either. I can't help you, man. I'm good at talking to girls, but asking the date part, if that. Leo Eo, welcome to the stream. Oh man. All right. This should be a series every Thursday since it's the worst day of the week. You don't like Thursday? Do you feel like it's a wannabe Friday? You feel like it's Friday, but then there's another day of the week left. But yeah. How many questions to get through? There are 87 questions. I think I'm on question 15. I didn't realize there were going to be this many. I didn't realize there were going to be this many. Star, what's good? Yes, this is not therapy with Tamago 24/7 for. So welcome to the stream. Do I need backup? I mean, I'm good. I think we're not gonna get through them all today, but we can do this again another time, to be fair. But let us continue. I've been trying to get better at driving, but keep running into buildings. You should have your provisional license revoked. All right. What's next? I went to London yesterday. I barely survived 24 hours. How do you survive life in London? You should stay out of the roads, typically. I think it's you running into the streets that's making it so hard to survive. So don't do that, and that should help. This form is just as bad as the time Stewie ate Peter's chocolate cake. I'm reporting you. Tamabold, how and when. This is what I was saying, by about 30% of these are serious. About 30%. What else we got in here? I went to one of those Amazon stores today where you walk in and walk out without going to checkout. Amazon missed off an item off my list, and now I got something for free. Should I report this? Okay. So I don't endorse stealing. However, the policy of the store is you walk in with your stuff. Oh, you walk in, sorry. You grab the stuff you want and you walk out. It is then Amazon's responsibility to charge you for the stuff you took. So if you walked out with something and they did not charge you for it, that means they wanted you to have it for free. It was a gift, okay? So accept it as a gift and move on with your life. I hope that helped. It's a fault in their system. Your morality is fine. Agreed. Let's see. Don't know about other places, but Amazon in the US just always gives stuff away for free. They don't seem to care. Is that specifically through the I don't know, Amazon walk-in walk-out store system, or is that just in general? One time I got a whole ass PC duped accidentally and they were like, keep it. I sent it back though. Oh, they sent you like 2 instead of 1. Wow, that's crazy. You sent it back though. That's awesome. See, this is morality in practice. But I mean, if we're just talking about, you know, store where you walked out, they gave it to you for free as far as I'm concerned. Kevin has updated his Tinder profile to include an image of Kevin from Up. I wish you the best of luck, Kevin. I wish you the best of luck, my guy. Oh man. Have I skipped some? No, I'm going through all of them. Some of them I won't read out loud from now. I've read all of them out loud so far. One time I was walking down the film section in a store and saw a copy of Dune. All right. Yeah, that's very traumatic. F off with that sweater. What's wrong with my jumper? It's nice. It's nice. What's wrong with it? It's a nice jumper. What are you talking about? Oh no. I'm a 22-year-old IT professional. How do I become a 23-year-old YouTube professional? All right. What you want to do is transfer to an IT position at YouTube within the next year. And that is your goal accomplished. Look for applications at Google, specifically the YouTube division. I wish you the best of luck. That's a very specific goal, and I hope you can accomplish it. If anything, you could just make YouTube videos about being an IT professional, and then you would be a YouTube IT professional. If you just like truncate that a bit, you're now a YouTube professional. So that also is another method for you to pull it off. So best of luck with that. Best of luck. How hot am I in the sweater? It's so cold. It's actually so cold right now. So that's why I'm not that hot. If it was still warm like it has been, I would not be wearing this. But it's actually like really cold today. So yeah, that's why I can wear this. It's all good. All right. Should I call you Sticky or should I unsubscribe from your channel? You can do whatever you like, but there will be consequences. I got dust stuck in my eye since the morning and it's still there. How do I get it out? I mean, if you've already tried washing your eye out with water and stuff like that, you know, maybe sleep on it, but eventually you may have to go to the GP if it's still there. A lot of the time when something gets stuck in your eye, the feeling of it being there can remain longer than the time it's actually in there. So, you know, I would say if you just try to like ignore it for a while, don't keep rubbing it, don't pay attention to it, maybe it's one of those things where it'll go away. Sometimes when I get something in my eye, I just have to like move on and just ignore it for a bit, and it will either come out on its own, assuming I've already washed my eye out. It'll either come out on its own, or it will it wasn't there anymore and I just needed to like kind of heal a bit. So yeah. Why am I showing it on stream? This one I didn't consider it serious, so I wasn't gonna show it, but if you want to see it, there. I actually ended up giving a serious answer to one that I didn't consider that serious. So yeah, finally brother has given good advice. Well, yeah, this is the first time we're an hour 5 minutes into the stream. This is my first good advice, bruh. Mr. Miyagi, the dust out of the eye. What is that? The karate chop? What does Mr. Miyagi do? Rub your eyes until it falls out. The dust, not the eyeball. See, I cannot give that advice because the reason I had to have an eye surgery last December because of my keratoconus, right, is apparently something that can be accelerated by rubbing your eyes. So I cannot endorse rubbing your eyes unless you want to go through like a week of misery recovering from an eye surgery like that. Will not stop me from rubbing my eyes. All right, fair play, honestly. Rub something else then. Whoa, okay. Yo, shout out to whoever wrote this. They just said it's been a tough year, but your streams really help. I do appreciate you. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'm glad I was able to help in some capacity. So thank you very much. Thank you. You are not qualified. Please continue answering questions. I will. Is this sent by Kevin? My friend is ducking my challenges of gaming together. Does he just not want to spend time with me? Kevin, just tell me, is this you, bro? Because that determines how seriously I'm gonna take this question. That determines how seriously I'm gonna take this. It's not you. Okay. I'm gonna take it seriously then. So, my friend is ducking my challenges of gaming together. Does he just not want to spend time with me? It's Kevin because he starts everything off with my friend. I know, right? Maybe your friend is like busy at the time. Sometimes, like, I know that during school, like especially when exam season started ramping up, you know, I'd get invited to play games by my friends, particularly GTA 4 online, because we used to play that a lot, and I'd have to say no a lot just because I was like trying to stay focused on studying. And oh, Kevin, it was you. Okay, I'm gonna finish anyway. I would try and stay focused on studying and stuff like that. So yeah, no, like it's not always automatically something to do with like you or them not wanting to spend time with you. Sometimes they can just be busy, and sometimes they just don't want that smoke. Sometimes you're just too good at the game and they don't want that smoke. Now, in the case with Kevin, that's absolutely not true. I can body this guy in any game imaginable, to be honest. But you know, we just have to work it into the stream schedule. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. So yeah. Okay. Next one. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Like I said, ASAP Science. I think they said it was the egg, but I don't know. How does one cope with jealousy? Okay, this is interesting, actually. How does one cope with jealousy? I don't think, I at least wouldn't say that I've had to deal with much jealousy past my childhood. And when I say childhood, I mean like past the age of like around 13, 14. I feel like when I was younger, I would be jealous when, you know, someone had a toy I didn't have, or when, you know, someone had the PlayStation 3 and I didn't have it yet, or something like that. It was like very material things, but you know, you grow out of that, right? If we're talking about just the general emotion of jealousy, like maybe you're comparing your life circumstances to someone else's, maybe you think they are more attractive than you, or they're smarter than you, or this, that, and the other. You know, it comes down to that sort of age-old phrase of comparison is the thief of joy, right? And as much as it can be like easy to say like, oh, just don't compare yourself to others, when you find yourself having those feelings a lot, it can be hard to overcome that. I think one thing that is probably important to do is to actually try to introspect and figure out what the source of that feeling might be. Because often when you can figure out the source of something, then you can actually take steps to deal with it, rather than just trying to suppress this feeling of jealousy, where maybe you're jealous about all right, let's say you know someone, you're friends with someone, and you're not necessarily jealous of people that you don't like. Sometimes you can be jealous of your own friends, you know what I mean? So let's say, just as an example, right, you have your one-ear artist. Welcome to the stream. You submitted one? Nice. But let's say like you have a friend who is better at sports than you. They're just better at sports, and because they're really good at sports, they get a lot of attention, and sometimes you feel a bit left out. You wish that you were as good at sports as them. You wish that you had that attention. Sometimes it might be worth actually like being like, okay, is this a thing where do I feel like I am inferior to this person? Why do I feel that way? Is it actually about the sports? Is it actually about the popularity? Or is it something else? It could even be worth having a conversation with the person that you're jealous of, because that can give you extra perspective as well. You know, you might be jealous of someone without actually knowing a lot of their situation and why they are the way they are. I think anything you can do to increase the scope of your perspective can help with those feelings. And I would say just try your best not to act out of jealousy, because, you know, the feeling of jealousy can lead to a lot of actions which aren't great and are like harmful to other people as well as yourself. And obviously you're asking, how does one cope with jealousy? So you at least have that awareness, because a lot of people don't even have the awareness that they are, you know, feeling jealousy and all that. So yeah, I think increasing your perspective can help. Actually being introspective and trying to consider to yourself, okay, why do I feel this way? And then also, when you're jealous of someone, when you're looking at what they have, and to be fair, there is a technical definition type thing here, where jealousy is technically being afraid of someone taking what you have, whereas envy is wanting what someone else has, right? So let's say you have a partner and then someone is showing attention to your partner, and you're like, oh wait, no, you don't get to talk to my partner. What are you doing? You're trying to like seduce him or something? That's typically more what jealousy is. But I feel like jealousy is used a lot in just like general language as interchangeable with envy. So that's why I'm going more the envy approach. But yeah, I think when you're feeling that way, it can be easy to not consider what you actually have. You know, you're like, oh, this person has this thing I want. And it's like, okay, yeah, but like, what do you have though? You probably have things that other people want. When you take stock of that, it can also help put things in perspective. And you realize, actually, I'm not lacking anything. There's nothing like I need, actually. I'm okay. And that can help put that feeling at bay when you're like, actually, you know, okay, going back to the friend example, my friend is great at sports and gets all this attention. But actually, you know what? I'm not bad at sports either. I'm actually all right at sports, and I'm good at these other things. So it's not like I need to have this thing that this person has, because I have my own stuff, you know? I think that's worth keeping in mind. No gameplay? Nah, we are doing not a therapy today. In an episode of The Simpsons, Homer schools Lisa on the difference between envy and jealousy, and he says exactly what you just said. Silver Excalibur, that episode is where I learned the difference between envy and jealousy. And isn't it Lisa that tells Homer about it? I thought Lisa was telling Homer about the difference. But yeah, that's where I know it from. Kevin saying, nah, you suck at sports. I'd body you at anything except basketball, probably. What are you trying to say, Kevin? What are you trying to say? Longest waffle ever thinks of me is working through some things as he speaks. I'm trying to not give you therapy. Please. Just know that people are jealous of you as well. So know that you are a privileged person. You know what that reminds me of? What's it? It's the person, it's the bird, the person in the car, the person on the bike, and the person walking. Oh, wait. I don't know if I'm gonna find the image, but do you know what I'm talking about? It's like, I don't know, envy graphic. Basically, right? Excuse me. Basically, you have someone looking at a bird and they're like, I wish I could do that, while they're in a car. And then someone says, I wish I could do that to the person in the car while they're on a bike. Then someone says, I wish I could do that to the person on the bike while they're walking. And then someone says, I wish I could do that to the person walking while they're in a wheelchair. The image just, you know, shows like, you know, appreciate what you have or whatever. But yeah, I feel like that's related to what was just said. I sent one and it didn't come through. But I was about something. So do you have any advice? Wait, just send it through again. I mean, yeah, you can send it through again. It should be all right. Just subtweet people until you feel better. Oh man. Oski, thanks for the hydrate. I do appreciate it. Every time someone redeems hydrate, Doggy posts the symptoms of dehydration. Doesn't that also insinuate that disabled people are the lowest of the low? You know what? I don't like the infographic for that reason, but I wouldn't say it insinuates they're the lowest of the low, because I wouldn't consider a bird the highest of the high, to be honest. It's more so just about, you know, appreciating what you have, in a sense. By, you know, it can be interpreted in that way. So I don't think it's the best image for what it's trying to illustrate, to be fair. Bro, I say you don't read anymore. Once it reaches 100, it will get out of hand. It's almost reached 100, but I'm only gonna read up until like around 10 anyway. So there will be many left over, but we'll keep them for next time. You're gonna run out of time on the one dilemma. I'm moving on to the next one. Oh, frenzy, is that what that means? Right. Okay, that is actually a very serious thing, so I don't think I'm going to be able to offer advice on that. If I get to the submission, I will take a look at it. But yeah, because that's a very serious thing, I would recommend actually looking at a professional for that, because I am not that. But I do hope you're doing okay, though. I do hope you're doing all right. I've been here for ages. Would you mind doing mine? Genuinely need this advice. I have to like go in the order. I have to go in the order that it's going in. But if I don't get around to any particular one today, I'm gonna start from the next point. So like whatever was next, we will do that again. So don't you worry. We will be back. We will be back. I'm glad you're liking the concept. I'm glad you're liking it. Why am I so good at it? I'm not a therapist. I'm not a therapist. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, that one just says Scone Pro. All right. Okay. Oh god, this is tough to talk about. I know this guy who keeps a malnourished blue Nemo in his basement, but he swears that in reality, the Nemo is well looked after. I am certain that I know the truth. Should I turn him into the cops, or should I take his word for it, regardless of my intel, to save the hassle? I would say you should take his word for it. If he says that the Nemo is well looked after, then the Nemo is well looked after. Thank you very much. Next submission. Oh wow. This is a very interesting one. Wow, okay. I feel like a side character in my own life. Like I'm living through my friends. What do I do? Wow. That's such an interesting way to phrase a dilemma, you know. I feel like a side character in my own life. I feel like I've heard things like I feel like a passenger in my own life before, but never I feel like a side character in my own life. So if I understand this correctly, you almost feel like you don't live for yourself. You feel like you're not actually, you know, taking agency in what's going on in your life. You feel like you're more so just an extra, an addition to your friends. That is an interesting one. I think one of the first things to be done in a situation like this is to actually like sit down with yourself and consider things about yourself. So like just make it very basic. What do you like? What do you not like? Who do you care about? Who do you not care about? Like be very basic. Like actually act as though you are trying to figure someone else out. Like what questions would you ask someone else to get to know them? And then ask those questions to yourself. Because I feel like when you feel like a side character in your own life, or at least when you put it like this, right? What that suggests to me is that maybe you feel like you don't know yourself as well as you'd like to. And so taking the time to actually just try and get to know yourself, I think will help. And then once you've kind of written down and you know what you like, what you don't like, you kind of need to act accordingly, right? Because the thing about side characters in, you know, in movies, TV shows, in any sort of like narrative, right, is that they rarely get to make decisions that affect the actual trajectory of the narrative. Like if you think of and this is a weird example, but I'm gonna use this example because I think it perfectly illustrates what I'm talking about. So take Breaking Bad, right? So in Breaking Bad you had Walter White, who was the main character of the show. The show is following him. The show is largely told through his perspective. And so the decisions he makes as a character influence what we as the viewer are seeing, you know, and the trajectory that the story takes. Now, Saul Goodman was in Breaking Bad, and he was a great character, but he's a side character. Ultimately, it's not about Saul Goodman's life or what he's doing. He is just there to aid Walter White from Breaking Bad, right? But then when Saul Goodman gets his own show, Better Call Saul, now his inner like monologue, like what he tells himself, actually starts having an effect on the story. Before, if Saul Goodman wasn't in a good mood in Breaking Bad, it would just be a gag, like, oh, he's cranky. But now when he's not in a good mood in Better Call Saul, it actually shapes the story. You want to like act in such a way, or at least get yourself to the point where the way what you think actually matters and has an impact on your life. So if you're like feeling like you're living for your friends, you don't want to just do what your friends are doing, right? Like if your friends are saying, hey, we're gonna do this, and you kind of don't want to do it, you can be like, actually, no, I don't want to do that. And sometimes you can be like, actually, I think we should do this. And your friends, a lot of them, if they are your friends, sometimes they'll just be like, actually, yeah, that does sound cool. I think taking a bit of control. And I think this is also something that can come with age as well, potentially. I don't want to assume the age of whoever posted this, but I think when you're younger, you are more likely to kind of be a side character in other people's life because you don't have as much of an ability to make your own decisions. You can't go to places by yourself as much. You can't buy things for yourself. It's harder to actually do things for yourself. When you get older, that agency that you have increases, right? But it's still possible to feel like this while being older. And so I think taking that time to actually ask yourself what you want and then trying to live accordingly would help. And it's not something you'll do overnight, but I think it's something that you can develop over really over the course of your lifetime. Nothing you do here has to be something that you do and then it's done forever. It's like a continuous thing that you do every day. So yes, I hope that helped. Let me scroll. I know a lot of people are saying a lot, so I wanna see what people are saying. Let's see. Shouldn't you add a command for a number if someone comes into the stream contemplating self-harm? I mean, that could be a good idea, but I would hope someone wouldn't come into the stream with that intention. Then again, I can't, you know, say if that is their intention, but also those hotlines are different depending on what country it is. So I think the best thing would just be recommending for the person to search it up rather than having it as a command in the chat. Let's see. Get me on stream to be giving advice for real. I've only given good advice to half the questions. I'm not a therapist. Come on. The main character idea / trend has ruined so many people's self-esteem. You are the main character of your own life. You see there your own eyes. You see through your own eyes. You feel your own feelings. The main character trend. What is the main character trend? What's the main character trend? I don't think I'm clued up on that. Could I get like some info on that? You have to stop comparing yourself to other people because no one is cool enough for you to hate yourself over it. That is good. That is good advice. Did I see Adobe by RG? I'm not falling for that. Sometimes you just have to lose yourself by Eminem. yes. Do something that makes you feel like you're having an impact on not only your life but the world, like starting a movement or donating to charity, or even something as small as spray painting on something. Hopefully with permission, but yeah. He gets to be a therapist. What a sick joke. Where's that from? Oh yeah, back also. Okay. What submission is this? I feel like you've only done 10. This is submission 36. Why is being a side character even bad? Start romanticizing the little things in your life. You don't need constant excitement. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you don't want to feel like the side character in your own life, but yeah, like, you're not the main character of like the universe, right? So like yeah, it's not all about you. That's worth, you know, keeping in mind. But yeah, it's when you feel like a side character in your own life and you don't even feel like you have agency. That's when it's an issue. You think this is bad? This is chicanery. All right, just Better Call Saul references, man. Just Better Call Saul references. I hope this is helping. Oski saying I've made them rethink their entire life. I'm like, sorry. I hope it's helping. As an old person, can confirm you can feel like an NPC at times. True. Right. Yeah. No, that is fair. I would not call you an old person, Star. But fair. Has this person seen Free Guy? Oh yeah, Free Guy is literally about like an NPC, right? That's what that's about. Do you think it would help, Kevin, to watch that? Let's see. But did anyone say what the main character thing is? It's a stupid TikTok trend, like POV, you are the main character. Oh, I could say a whole thing about that whole POV trend, because it's not even POV a lot of the time. POV means like from the point of view of my eyes, and yet they're just anyway. But You are the main character. I guess, like, I don't really understand the trend. I'm not gonna lie. You POV, you are the main character. I have seen instances online of people being very arrogant and self-absorbed and, you know, having main character syndrome. So if that's what you refer to, I don't understand the trend of it though. Like, is it cool to be an ass or what? Peep Show, yes, exactly, one year artist. Freaking Peep Show. They just popularized the term. Oh, okay. Fair. I never liked Peep Show, but my friends find it so funny and good. I watched like I think I've seen the first 4 or 5 episodes of Peep Show. I like it. I think it's pretty good. The thing is, right, the type of friends around you kind of shape your identity and personality. They do. That's true. They do. So it's, you know, it is worth evaluating if you like how you're doing and being like, is this friendship group good for me? I think that is worth keeping in mind. Do it until it gets unfunny. Wow sound, please. I mean, we can do a quick wow, but I don't want to spam it. Do a quick wow for you. There you go. Bit much to binge watch though, can be grating. That's fair. Like for Peep Show specifically. That's fair. I've never we watched like 5 episodes in a row and then we stopped, but yeah. I'd be up to watch more, to be fair. All right, let's see what we have. Oh my. I was like, this is so long. And then I'm like, oh, it's Breaking Bad. Someone just wrote the synopsis for Breaking Bad. I can't. This is just spoilers for Breaking Bad. So I thought I was about to have to like sit up in my seat, be like, all right, this is a serious one. It's just Breaking Bad, man. Okay. Is this serious? Is this real? Okay, this is real. Let's see what this is. So basically, I'm in my 3rd year in secondary school, Ireland. And at the end of this year, I sit junior cert exams. Okay, I'm guessing those are 3rd year in secondary school. So that's equivalent to GCSE then, I think. But recently, I've started a lot of swimming training about once a day. These leave me exhausted every day after homework and pretty much I never study. The exams aren't too important, but I should probably still be studying. Should I train less and study more? Study even if I'm exhausted, or give up on study altogether and wing it? Also, we are officially at 100 responses. I'm a pretty good student, average 90s. Okay. There was like some extra information I would want for this question, you know? Glasses, thanks for the subscription, man. I appreciate that. Let's freaking go. Shout out to Glasses. Let's go, man. Let's go. There's some extra. Yeah, the Glasses. It's the Glasses. The Glasses. Shout out, man. I would question. I just have a few questions. Like, one, you started swimming training. Are you like on the swimming team? Are you looking to swim, you know, competitively, like maybe for your school, for even like local county or council level? Because I want to know like how serious the swimming training is. That's the first thing I'd want to know. You say you're too exhausted every day after training and homework, so you pretty much never study, but you want to study for these exams. However, you say they aren't too important. There's a lot of variables here, right? You're doing a lot, and I think that's something that can happen in secondary school, where you have these extracurricular activities, you have these like core activities of, you know, the school itself and homework, and it can be hard to balance it all, and you can end up tired. Like, I relate to that a lot. That was really like, that's how I was in secondary school as well. For me, I always put my like studying at number 1. So if that meant I had to cut back on, you know, playing basketball, or cut back on whatever other after school club I would do, then I would do that in favor of actually studying. But then again, our basketball team, we played other schools, but it wasn't some serious thing where like we were competing for you know, nationals or something. So I think that's something to consider. And it's also, you know, if your swimming training is actually like really serious, I think your school can, you know, give you some allowances. Like maybe you get extra time for your homework so that you have time to do it over the weekend rather than having to do it when you get home. Like I think there should be a way for your school to make allowances like that. But it's also it's hard without more details. You say that you're a pretty good student and you're doing well, so it seems like, you know, so far you've been able to keep it up. But yeah, that exhaustion can catch up to you. It can really catch up to you. So do try to look after your health in that way. I would say express this to people who can help. You know, people at school, your parents or your carers. Like, expressing this can help you get to a solution. So yeah, I hope that helped. I don't want to say you should do this because it really depends on the specifics of the situation. So I don't want to just say do this, like don't do homework or whatever. But do speak these concerns to people directly in your life who can help. Hydrate was redeemed as well as a posture check. Okay, sure. Perfect movie for this question is The Novice 2021. The Novice. Okay. A queer college freshman joins her university's rowing team and undertakes an obsessive physical and psychological... It didn't continue. Why did it... Wait, what's the rest of it? Physical and psychological journey to make it to the top varsity boat, no matter the cost. Okay, I actually already have this in my watch later. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, that's another one of Kevin's film recommendations to help you with your dilemma. So hopefully that'll help. Wait, Simi actually plays basketball? I was on the basketball team in primary school and secondary school. So yeah. I am not fantastic at basketball, but I was on the team. If I donate my NAT submission, oh, you're not a therapist submission, will it get answered? It's about a girl and I need the advice. Normally good with dropping game or whatever, but she's different, you know? Okay, one-year artist, before you donate, it is worth noting, when it comes to advice about game, I'm not necessarily the best to help. But if you really want me to get to it immediately, you can donate it. I'm just saying, temper your expectations. It's only if it's super urgent and you really want my advice that you should do that. Oh man. Outsourced the picking up of my little sister to my friend. Let's go. Let's go, Madeline. Bruh. Simi, who you got? Deji or Mayweather? Storms, Deji all the way. You already know what it is. Popeye, I do have Letterboxd. Glass is saying 1v1 me. You won't. In basketball, I will, man. I will. Let's go. I'm not saying I'll win. I'm just saying I will 1v1 you. Like, I'm up to do that. All right, I'm up to do that. Hey, Nasimi or Mr. Game, bro. Madeline saying I will write your essay if you pick up my sister from middle school. Is that the deal you made? I feel like you got the short end of the stick there, to be honest. Like, now you have to write a whole essay, bruh. Such as saying a whole body who in any game. All right, then. We'll see about that. Deji is 1 to 34. Imagine going against him, bruh. All right. Let's see what the next submission here is. How do I tell someone Dune is bad without getting banned from my favorite YouTuber's Twitch stream? All right, thank you. What should I do if I am introverted? Should I change it, or am I fine the way I am? Should I talk to more new people now that I'm in sixth form and I'm meeting new people? This is from Sachin. Hello, Sachin. You didn't have to. You could have kept it anonymous, but that is fine. So from my personal feelings about the labels of introverted and extroverted is that I think that like people don't necessarily neatly fit under them, right? I think, you know, the typical definition I hear is that introverts get their energy from being alone, extroverts get their energy from being with others, and then ambiverts is a mixture of the two. And while it's definitely possible that, you know, people lean more to one than the other, I think there's also like, you know, circumstance. You know, I think like a lot of people who would consider themselves introverts during, you know, the lockdown period were like, actually, I kind of miss seeing people, even though they would typically consider themselves introverts. So I think, you know, those labels sometimes can be limiting, because you might consider yourself an introvert and then use that to inform your behavior. Oh, I wouldn't do that because I'm an introvert, and introverts don't do that. But that's more of a side point. The general question is, you know, you consider yourself not a very outgoing person, and you're wondering, should you change, or you find the way you are? The question of like whether you should change your behavior comes down to if you want different results, right? You consider yourself introverted, you consider yourself maybe that you stay inside a lot of the time, you don't talk to many people, you don't put yourself out there like that. Are you okay with that? Like, are you fine? Do you have a friendship that you're fine with and you don't feel the need to expand it or do anything? Or do you feel like you actually do want to get to know new people? You know, you're saying that you're in sixth form and there are more new people for you to meet. Do you have an interest in saying hello to them? I think if you do, you should put yourself out there and don't hold yourself back with the thought of, oh, I'm introverted, it's not something I would do, or I'm shy, so I would come across as awkward. You know, it's similar to the university question, like what would you do to make friends if you're new to university? The people that are new to your sixth form are trying also to meet people, right? So you're coming at a neutral situation. In fact, it's not quite neutral because you've been at the school already and they're new to it. So in a sense, it's even like sort of in a sense easier for you because you're not having to deal with the new environment as well, and you can just focus on, hey, this is a new person, hello, I'm whoever this is. I mean, it's Sachin, but I'm just saying this as a general example. And you know, what's up, nice to meet you. I think a lot of the time when it comes to making an introduction, a lot of anxiety can spawn from the idea of, what if this person doesn't like me? What if this person thinks I'm weird? And then I think it can be helpful to actually continue that question. So don't just end it at, oh, what if they think I'm weird? I'm not going to say hello. It's like, okay, what if they think you're weird? Like, what will actually happen? Because it's very unlikely that they're going to think you're weird and then everyone's going to point at you and start laughing at you and you're going to be on the floor crying, right? That's very unlikely. What's most likely to happen is if they think you're weird, they're just going to be politely nice. They're going to be like, oh, okay, nice. And then they'll like leave. And then that's literally it. And they say, okay, that was awkward. And that's it. That's literally all that will happen, right? It's typically what we imagine in our heads is not nearly as bad as the worst thing that is most likely to happen, which is just that you try to make friends with someone and you don't end up being friends, right? So don't hold yourself back from saying hello to people. And, you know, you're asking, are you fine the way you are? I mean, it's all about what do you want, right? If you feel fine, no need to change. But if there's something you want more friends, you want to meet new people, there are new people in your school and you want to say hello, then say hello. It's not really about changing who you are fundamentally. It's just about a behavior change. Normally you wouldn't say hello. Just try saying hello, you know? So yeah, Israel is live. Nice. I'll raid him after the stream. He's probably playing Destiny, right? But yeah, there's also one more thing I wanted to add. There was a guy that went to my secondary school and sixth form, right? And I spoke to him recently. I caught up with him after like not seeing him since I left school. And I spoke to him recently. And one thing I remember about this guy is he was always considered very like quiet and very shy. But in sixth form, this dude, like, you know what Madeline was saying earlier about it's your chance to reinvent yourself when you're going to uni and no one knows you? Bruh, this wasn't even in uni. Like, everyone knew this guy. And yet, like when the new people joined, and I will say specifically when the girls joined, because we did go to an all-boys school, but the sixth form was mixed. This dude started talking to everybody. Like people were looking, even teachers were looking at him like, bro, who is this? Like who this? So it's never too late to try something new. I mean, that's all I'll say. It's never too late to try something new. And he didn't even like, you know, it's not like he was 100% successful whenever he said hello to someone, but the fact that he was trying and never gave up was admirable. Okay, Kevin saying, Sachin said, see, I like my friendship and stuff, but I kind of do want to meet new people, but not change myself entirely so I don't become a new person fully, and I can still be the same person I am with my friends. So I would want to change myself ever so slightly, but not that much that I leave my friends now for them. Yeah, no, I think that's totally fair, and you can do that. You can do that. You know, you don't have to change who you are. You don't have to leave your old friends in order to make new friends. That's absolutely not something that has to happen. And I believe in you, bro. I believe in you. It's all about just making that first move and just saying hello, you know, just saying hello. So yeah, sick form effect is mad, for real. Doggy saying because he has more game than you, Simi, get some, bro. Oh man. Ken saying, I don't know what I am. Once I'm close to someone, I'm the most extroverted person you'll meet, but when I don't know someone, I'm pretty quiet. That is totally fair, you know. I think that's a dynamic that a lot of people have, because, you know, it's sometimes you just want to make sure you're comfortable around a person before you can let loose. When you don't know a person that well, it is hard to kind of just be as expressive as you'd usually be. So that's totally sensible. That's totally sensible. I really think the key to making friends is to get past the awkward part as quick as you can. You don't have to overshare, but you can just talk to them like you do with your friends. Yeah. Agreed with that, Madeline. Agreed with that. Kevin saying, I'm actually introverted, believe it or not, but the more people get to know me, the more extroverted I become. So you're never going to be a pure introvert. The balance will change if you want it to. I mean, that's good. I feel as though when you give yourself a label, you're limiting yourself. Yeah, that's like what I was saying before. You know, the label can, I understand why people like the label, you know. Any label, it can give you a sense of community, but you just want to make sure that label isn't limiting. So yeah. All right. I always felt really trapped by my reputation and felt like I couldn't ever change in the ways I wanted to. Turns out people generally welcome positive changes. Everyone I was close to stayed close to me. Yo, that's awesome, Madeline. Nice one. Ken saying, I feel that my closest friend is kind of drifting off to a friend group that I don't really like, and I'm kind of stuck in the middle of like 3 different friend groups. Okay, that can be tough. That's also similar to what we were saying before with you know, what happens when you're not as close to your friend group as you were before. That is tough, honestly. So yeah. Next question. I'll get to the next question. Scumper saying, not gonna lie, I think I'm so lucky with my current group of friends. We all talk daily on Discord and still enjoy everybody's company, despite everyone being spread between Edinburgh and London. The benefits of going to a small town school. Scumper, that is freaking awesome. Nice one. That's awesome. Good to hear. It's similar for me as well. Like just Discord is just a great way for me to connect with my friends. So yeah, I have like a Discord group I'm in, I have a WhatsApp chat I'm in, so you know, just ways to keep in contact with people. Lockdown was aid car. Aid car? What is that? Oh, what? This is a meme? I don't get it, but sure. Lockdown was aid car, apparently. All right. What's the next question? The mods chat is quite dead. Is dead quiet though. No friends there, bro. You covered any more girl problems, Simi, Riz, though? What? I've seen the Riz thing in the chat a lot. What is Riz? What is that? I feel like we've covered a couple of issues related specifically to like romantic relationships or anything like that. Riz is Riz? Okay, thanks. Would you get cancelled if your boys group chat got leaked? I wouldn't get cancelled. I wouldn't get cancelled. That'd be fine. I don't know if the same can be said for others, but I'd be fine. I'd be fine. There's a girl in my economics class and I just talked to her for the whole lesson, but the thing is though, I wouldn't be able to do that in year 11 or year 10. Like year 11 isn't even that much of a difference, but in year 12 I don't mind talking to people or my surroundings. That's also just a part of getting older, you know. Your temperament is changing as well. So yeah. By any chance, Ozymandias finale was exactly 9 years ago today. Really? 9 years ago today? Wow. Wow. So that means that the anniversary of the final episode is next week then. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let me pull up this next question. I'm not myself with my friends and I want to be myself. There's a lot of interpretations that this could have, you know. There are many ways that you could mean being yourself. Maybe there's a secret about yourself that you're hiding from your friends and you're not sure that they would accept you if you revealed that secret. Or maybe you just don't feel the same with your friends as you feel when you're alone. Like there are different angles that can be taken with this. Jaden, you're right about Granite State. You're right. I was wondering if I forgot an episode. Nah, you're right. You're right. My bad. But yeah, there are many ways. This is just them saying they're a werewolf. Okay. There are many ways this can be interpreted. You know, I would say that you want friends that you can be comfortable around. I think it is very common, and you know, I think it's universal that the way you are when you're completely alone is going to be different to the way you are when you're with people or with your friends specifically. Even the way you are with different friendship groups can be different depending on those friendship groups, because other people will bring out certain aspects of yourself, right? As long as you still feel like you have a core identity of who you are, which is something which requires introspection and just time, you know, and it's something that is developed continuously. You don't figure out who you are and then that's who you are, right? It's something you are continuously developing throughout your life. That as long as you're like you're staying true to that, then if you notice slight differences in how you behave around different people, that's a natural thing. That's actually like that shows, you know, emotional intelligence, because it is smart to adapt your behavior to your situation, right? It's like a survival thing, like an innate survival thing, but it's also just a social success thing as well. Now, if it is the angle of there's a secret about yourself that you're not revealing to your friends, but you feel comfortable when you feel uncomfortable with your friends because of that secret, you know, that can be a very tough situation. And there's like so many different things it could be. I won't say anything in particular, but there's so many different things it could be. I would say start off with like one person, someone who you're most confident you can trust, and, you know, share with them if you're comfortable doing that. You don't have to do an all at once type thing. You can make it a slow process. And even if maybe you don't want to start off with friends, you want to start off with a family member, this, that, or the other, you know, you can start small is what I'm saying. You can start small and build up from there. Yeah, I hope this helps. I hope that helps. He's doing the therapist voice again. I'm not trying to do a therapist voice. Thinks he's Jennifer Melfi. Bruh, you're pulling... Jaden, you've got a very good taste in TV shows. You got a very good taste in TV shows, man. That's a reference to The Sopranos. Yo, okay, Jaden. I see you. I see you, bro. I see you. The long-ass first-person Breaking Bad story was me, by the way. Okay, thank you, doggy. One of my friends became a furry. How do I change this? You should accept your friends for who they are. And if it's really so big a deal, you cannot accept that they're a furry. You know, just amicably part ways. They didn't choose the furry life. The furry life chose them. I'm sorry. The furry life chose them, okay? That's what we're at. All right. I'm not making fun of furries, though. I'm not making fun of furries. Shout out to furries. What is on your mind? Thanks for the therapy. Oh, shout out. Oh, I completely skipped the actual thing. I thought the person was just saying thanks for the therapy. Okay. In May, I was at hers one night randomly. When you say hers, I'm assuming you're talking about a friend, romantic interest. She asked if I could come over at like 9 p.m. We ended up staying out till 1 a.m. together. First off, if someone invites me out at 9 p.m., bro, I'm not going. One time my friend called me. He was like, yo, bro, what are you up to? I was like, bro, it's 10. What do you mean, what am I up to, bro? I'm down in bed, bro. I wasn't even in bed, but I'm like, don't call me asking what I'm up to at 10 p.m. Anyway, let me continue. We ended up staying out till 1 a.m. in her garden, just watching the stars and stuff. It was cute. If I could have asked her out then, I would have, but it's too late. So I'm there's no like actual like question here, but you're saying it's too late. So obviously it's too late to have done it then, but it's not too late to do it later, right? She asked you to come over at 9 p.m. You ended up staying out till 1 a.m. together in her garden watching the stars. It was cute. I mean, there's no harm in just being like, hey, that was a cute time we had together. It was in May. I just remembered it was in May. So this was 4 months ago. So were you, I would question maybe you were just a bit too shy to like make that move. And also when you say it's too late, like, have they like left? Have they moved on? Are they gone? Is there an actual reason why you cannot just be like, hey, would you like to go on a date sometime? Like, if there's no actual like thing blocking you from doing that, I would just say go for it. It's one of those things. The worst they can say is no. I think they've shown interest by freaking inviting you to come over at 9 p.m. What sane person invites someone to come over at 9 p.m? I can't get over that. Maybe I'm just boring. I'm probably just boring. Don't call me past 10 p.m. I'm sorry. Even 8 p.m. Don't call me. But yeah, I think they've shown interest. Kevin said I'd come over for you, bro. This guy. Let me see what people are saying in the chat. Kevin saying, bro, she's clearly already interested in you. Shoot your shot. I agree. Bro, just 1A artist saying, bro, just do it. If she says no, it's calm, accept it. But if she says yes, you win. Agreed. Let's see. People really need to rethink asking to me for game advice. No games to me. Listen, I'm not a therapist. All right, I'm not a therapist. I never claimed to have game. I'm sorry. What are we looking at here? This guy's getting friend zoned. I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily like there's no move has been made yet. So it's just worth asking. It's worth asking first. From Sachin, the thing is right. No one is their self with all their. Oh, this is a reference to the last question. Okay, wait, hold on a second. I'll read that, but let me just quickly see responses to this current one, and then we'll check that out. If a girl invites you over at 9 p.m., she ain't worth it. Respect yourself. I don't think you're boring. I think these are all just teenagers, right? Right. Simi quoting Bryce Hall. What did I say that Bryce Hall said? You were out from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's mad. She's already interested in you. Yeah, I would agree. I'm just saying the moment may have passed, seeing as it was months ago. This is very good. This is a very good point that Madeline raised. That's why I'm saying it's worth asking, right? It's just worth asking, but because it was in May, you've waited a long time. So it's one of those things. Are you still friendly with them? Do you still hang out? Or is this like a one-time thing and you don't really hang out anymore? The moment might have passed. But, considering you haven't even like asked her out or anything. I think it's just worth like asking, you know, or just seeing at least. Not even asking her out, just being like, are we still cool? Like, I don't know, like there's not enough details here to know for sure, but yeah. All right, let me just read what Satchel was saying about the last thing, which is about, you know, your identity with your friends. So no one is themselves with all their friends. Each person will kind of change your identity or personality. I have many friends, right? And the thing is, I act like a different type of person with each friend. That's not to say I'm a different person entirely. With one of my friends, I talk to them about education and society. With one of my other friends, I talk about things in general. That's just me being different in the sense of what I would talk about. Yeah, and that's totally natural. You know, certain friends are like, you know, you usually discuss one thing. Some friends you discuss another thing. Can we do a tight 2 hours, 15 minutes? Don't worry, we can go over 2 hours. We can go over, but I won't go on for too long. But we can keep it going. What did it say? I didn't see this question. I'll pull it up on the screen right now. Lalovo saying new video. Oh, next video ideas. I'm working on the next video right now. I'm not gonna reveal yet. I typically don't reveal until the video is done. Apart from for members. But the next video is in the works. It's coming. It's coming. So he has no game, but he has a Riz. Oh man. One time I had a dream where Toys R Us was open. I know it was closed, so I grabbed any toy I could. SpongeBob, Thomas, Mario, then woke up feeling sad. Or what could this mean? Just means you missed Toys R Us. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. One year artist saying the girl I dated for a year and a half, the last relationship I had, we got together 6 months after our first flirty encounter, one just like the one the last submission was talking about. She messaged me 6 months later and we were both still thinking about it. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. That means it's going past Simi's Betty buys. I know, right? Literally, we're going past my Betty buys. All right, next one. What we got? Okay, this is interesting. I don't know what I should do. I kind of miss my ex-friends. They said that I was too dark-humored and stuff. I then went to a whole crisis of what I should do. So I changed myself gradually, and I can say that now I'm more normal in the sense that I'm actually more calm as a person and more friendly. The thing is, my ex-friends have moved on. I also have, but I don't know if I should talk to them again. Okay, so... You know, they were saying you're too dark-humored and stuff. You went through a whole crisis of what you should do. You say you change yourself gradually. As long as that change is something you feel was good for you and not just changing to suit these friends who have already, like, you know, kind of moved on, then that's okay. Changing yourself is not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, changing yourself is the only way to improve, right? But I would hope that it wasn't purely because they said they didn't like that aspect of you. I'm hoping you also went through some, you know, you say you went through a crisis, so that could have involved some introspection, which led to, you know, the change. I would say, and Kevin has pointed it out, it's a bit of the same dilemma as earlier. It is similar to an earlier one, but just like for this one specifically, because you seem to, like, you know, want to, you're wondering about talking to them again. You could actually just try, like, reaching out, like just seeing, are they open to hanging out again? Are they open to talking again? It's one of those things it can't hurt to do, especially if, you know, if there wasn't a huge incident, if it was one of those things where you kind of just stopped hanging out. They said that you were too dark-humored, so that suggests there was like a point where the friendship stopped. But if you think there's a chance that the friendship could be rekindled, you know, I would say reach out. There's no harm in reaching out and just saying hello. But it's also a chance for you to make new friends, you know. You say that you feel like you're, you know, a more calm person, more friendly. These are positive traits, particularly the more friendly one. These are positive traits, right? So that gives you an opportunity to show off those traits with new friends. You don't need to necessarily show them to the old friends. People drift apart, people move on. It's something that happens, you know. It's unfortunate because, you know, you would love to have the best friends forever type thing, but, you know, it doesn't happen like that a lot of the time in reality. So yeah. One artist saying you're on speed. What? Me? Who? Oh, I think you're talking to someone in the chat. Okay. You can always try, but if they don't react well, it might be time to move on. Agreed. One ear artist, thanks for the hydrate. Thank you. Okay, what is this next one? Okay, so this is one where I will also say, like, I can give my thoughts and advice, but anxiety specifically, you know, like anxiety disorder is like an actual like thing where you might need to get like proper help from a doctor about that. But just in general of like social anxiety, so like when you're around people, you kind of feel uncomfortable, you feel like you're being watched in a sense. You know, there are some things worth keeping in mind, but again, there is also anxiety disorder where it's not just a mindset thing. It is actually, you know, something that can have physical effects, right? So it's not exactly the same. It is dented. It is a dented thermos, and I'm drinking it out of this flask. I call it a flask because it keeps my water cold, and I lost my green water bottle, or at least I left it at a friend's house. So yeah. You know, it's the things of like remembering that not everyone is paying attention to you. It's okay to fumble and make mistakes. It's a human thing. In fact, fumbling, you know, on your words or just having an awkward encounter can actually endear people to you because it makes you more relatable, right? Because that's just how people are. What else about social anxiety? I mean, it's a hard one because anxiety is like, there's not necessarily always a reason that it happens. Sometimes you're just anxious, right? It might stem from a situation happening or just the social situation being overwhelming. But also anxiety is something that can just occur, and it sucks, you know, because you feel uncomfortable. There are those like physical, you know, you can get the shakes, you can feel nauseous, like there are things like that. So I can't give an answer of how to deal with social anxiety. All I can say is keeping in mind that not all eyes are on you, which sometimes it can feel like that when you're in a social situation, but not all eyes are on you, and hopefully that can provide some help. But I feel like maybe there are people in the chat that can have better help for that one in particular than myself, because for me, I'm at least lucky that I can't recall a time of actually dealing with social anxiety. I've had anxious moments. You know, anxiety as an emotion is something that has been universally felt, but specifically like social anxiety isn't something I've had to deal with to any serious extent. Let me see what One Ear Artist wrote here. Let's see. With anxiety, you just gotta have in your mind that everyone is so busy thinking about themselves. It's so rare that they will ever notice what you are doing or the stupid thing you did. Even if they do notice, they'll forget within minutes. Life is too short to spend worrying about a bunch of people, most of which are probably not gonna affect you in any way. Think about you. Yeah, that is sort of the gist of what I was saying as well. Scumper saying there are 3 talking therapy sessions that are provided all over the UK. For me, doing talking therapy helped with my social anxiety a bit. Go to your GP and they can refer you, or Google for your local NHS service. Scumper, that is such good advice. Yeah, there's talking therapy. There's like you know, cognitive behavioral therapy is usually the one I think they'll refer you to, and that can be really helpful. I can honestly be really helpful. I've done that myself and it was really helpful. So yeah, I would recommend that. And yeah, there are free resources for it through the NHS too. So shout out to the NHS. That is great advice. Thank you, Scumpro. Trey saying recommends to someone with better experience in health and social care history. Cough, cough me. Put your advice in the chat, bro. Madeline saying, I got over driving anxiety by just asking myself, do I want to be the person who cries every time they need to give someone a ride home? Which isn't the same, but I forced it out of me. Fair, Madeline. Sometimes like brute force is a way to deal with it. It doesn't always work, but sometimes that can work. So that's fair. That's fair. I used to be really nervous driving as well. I don't know if I would describe it as like a debilitating thing, you know, because I still did drive when I was doing my lessons. But one of the ways I got over my driving, you know, issues, like the fact that I felt a bit less confident, is I watched compilations on YouTube of bad drivers, and I was like, well, I'm way better than these people, and they've already got their license. Are you kidding me, bruh? Like, once I saw those videos, I was like, oh, I'm actually like calm at driving. I'm good at this. These people suck and they have their license. So that helped. Maybe if you're doing driving specifically, that could help you. Have I missed anything? I've had to tell my little sister that every single person on this planet has awkward moments, and the difference between us is that we react to that embarrassment differently. I think one of those things, it's not embarrassing if you're not embarrassed. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can just be funny. I'm going to tell you about an awkward moment I had in sixth form, right? So it was year 12. It was near the start of the year. So first terms, it would have been like from here till about December. And I was trying to get to know I'm gonna keep it real. I was trying to get to know the new girls that had joined the school. So 3 of them were sitting in the common room, and I was like, let me let me just go up and say hello. So it was lunchtime. I had gotten my pasta from the canteen, and then I walked up to them, and then when I went to sit down, when I went to sit down with my pasta, I don't know what I did in particular. I think maybe I was like, hello. I like reached out my hand and I tipped my pot of pasta over all over the floor. So the first interaction they had with me was me saying hello, and then the pasta splattering across the floor. And then they looked at me and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get tissue to clean that up. And then I went and I picked up my pasta from the floor, and I didn't eat lunch that day. And I also didn't go back and talk to those girls. And it's one of those things, it's like, bro. So it didn't work out. It didn't work out, but I'm alive, aren't I? So, you know. It's funny though. It's funny to look back on. It's funny to look back on. So this might be the biggest L in your life. So yeah, sometimes that's the way it goes, you know, and you know, you can feel embarrassed at the time, but it's funny when you look back on it. Simi could have had a future with one of them, but Pastor foiled his plans. The young Riz is back. I need to figure out what Riz is, man. I need to figure out what this is for real. Negative game. 8-card game. He didn't eat lunch. Oh, man. Yeah, I spilled my pasta, man. Spilled my pasta. Have I ever had imposter syndrome, Trey? Yo, majorly. I've majorly had imposter syndrome. Majorly. Maybe if someone submits it as a thing. Now, I'll talk about that just a little bit right now. I've had imposter syndrome a lot. I mean, in different parts of life, you know, going to school, I was a really academic kid. But sometimes I develop imposter syndrome where like, damn, I'm not really that smart. Like, you know, I would watch shows like those kid genius shows where they show those child prodigies, and I'd be like, damn, I guess I'm not that smart, you know? Like, look at how smart these kids are. I'm not that smart. Because being the smart kid was a big part of my identity when I was younger. So I felt imposter syndrome in that way. But a more like recent example is like as a YouTuber, like a lot of times I've just been like, bro, I'm really not that good a YouTuber. Like, why? Like, what am I doing? Why am I trying to do this? I'm not like these other YouTubers. But it's one of those things where, at least specifically with that, the more I did it, the less I had imposter syndrome, because it's like, well, I've proven that I can make a good video. This chat is about to have a field day. I know. But yeah, and that wasn't even when I was first starting out on YouTube. That was like, you know, as late as like 2019, where I'm like, damn, I'm not that good at this. But it's one of those things, the more you make videos, the more I was like, oh, I do know how to make good videos. I've not done it once, I've not done it twice, I've done it like, you know, many times. And that's not to like, you know, toot my own horn, but sometimes you have to be real with yourself. Like, oh, I do know how to do this. I am good at this. I'm able to make a living at this, which demonstrates that I do know what I'm doing. Okay, maybe I'm not an imposter. Maybe I actually know how to do this. So sometimes it's just by doing something enough times to prove to yourself, oh wait, no, I'm actually totally good at this, that you're able to do it. So yeah. Were you a bro? Did you let people cheat off you in secondary school or in school? I would always encourage people not to cheat. I would be like, bro, don't cheat. But I wouldn't stop someone from cheating. You know what I mean? That's so like, I was like the bro who would guilt trip you. It's like I was either someone trying to cheat, I'd be like, you shouldn't do that, man. But I wouldn't stop them. So I don't know if that makes me cool or not, but yeah. You've had imposter syndrome straight to me, so that makes me even more proud of you. Yeah, I have talked to Kevin about being like, bruh, I don't even know if I can do this, man. So shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Kevin. I do appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. This is deep. You're a legend, Simi Jaden. Thanks, man. Thank you. Reiko, what's good? Sachin saying, I've had imposter syndrome before. Like, I recently thought that I'm not allowed to be with my friends because I'm not good at maths or science or the academic subjects. Right. Feeling like you're not, you know, as academically gifted as your friend. That can also be another source of imposter syndrome. So that's fair. Madeline saying, cool enough? Nice. Beatrat saying, did you ever cheat? I can neither confirm nor deny. I never cheat on anything serious. Popeye, I do YouTube full time. Luma, thanks for redeeming Stretch. I think what we'll do is we'll look at one more submission. That will take us to 46 out of 109. And then we will resume this. I mean, I could resume it. Oh, am I streaming tomorrow? Crap. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow. Guys, stay tuned on my Twitter for updates. I might not be streaming tomorrow, actually. So stay tuned on my Twitter. Assume I'm not streaming, actually. I might not be live tomorrow. But we'll pick this up another time anyway. Pick this up another time. All right. Ugh. Okay. Oh yeah, and a reminder, there's no stream on Monday. Yeah, sorry, no stream on Monday either. Just so you guys know. I know it's like the bank holiday. Well, at least in the UK, a lot of people are going to be at home looking for entertainment. Even though I already stream in the evening, so they'd be at home anyway. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Kevin saying, give your questions to me and I'll answer them. People, do you want not a therapist with Film Freak Kevin? You cheated the YouTube algorithm. Fake for not looking at mine, and I would never write, this is Madeline, bruh. Trey, if I am live tomorrow, I will stream this. I will do this again tomorrow if I'm live. That's the only thing. I don't know if I'm actually live tomorrow. You'll team up with Madeline. Yo, Kevin and Madeline doing Not a Therapist would be awesome, to be honest. That'd be awesome. Got college tomorrow. You better stream to help balance it out. We'll see, Jaden. We'll see. All right, this is the last one. Okay, this isn't the last one. This isn't serious. I love Greg's sausage rolls, but my not my breast friend. My best friend loves Coupland's sausage rolls. How do I break off all connections with them without hurting them? Unfortunately, I don't think you're gonna be able to do it without hurting them. As long as you make it clear why it's happening. You tell them Coupland's just doesn't fly with me, and then cut them off. That's the best thing you can do. It will hurt them, but that's the best way to do it. 1 Ear Artist, thanks for the resub. I do appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Breast friend sounds dope. This is one of the extremely serious responses. Hope they get the help they need. I don't even know what Coupland's is. Oh, is that co-op? Oh, it's not. Coupland's. I've never heard of Couplands. It's a bakery, apparently. I mean, it's probably not big in London then. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not in London because I've never seen it. Couplands is in... What area even is this? Like, what area would you call this? Sheffield? I don't... Does that count as Sheffield? I think it's Sheffield. But yeah. I don't know what Couplands is. Greg's all the way. Okay. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Last one to close it off for today. I want to move out of my area eventually, but I need some career ideas that will get me a job anywhere in the world. Nothing too physically exerting, and preferably, I would like to use words/be creative ideas. You know, it's sounding like you need an online job. You need something online. You know, a job anywhere in the world, nothing too physically exerting, and specifying that, you know, you would like to use words and be creative. Because you could have gone the remote business route, where you just like operate a business remote. But because you know, you're more interested in using words and being creative, I'm thinking things like YouTuber, honestly, a blogger, because believe it or not, blogs still make a lot of money. Like, a lot of people, I think, have the assumption that blogs are like an old thing, and they might be dying, I don't know, but blogs are still huge, especially amongst like the older generation. Obviously just being like an influencer on Instagram if you're into that. And none of these things are easy, by the way. They're very hard to actually do, but they would allow you to do the things you want to do. You can be a freelance writer as well. You can just write for publications, freelance. You can be a freelance artist. Freelance is a good bet. Anything that you can freelance digitally will be good. I'm sure there are like loads. OnlyFans, I mean, technically, yeah, there are certain assets you kind of need for that to be successful. But hey, if you got them and you want to flaunt them, go for it. I was thinking career-wise, marketing is a very safe bet. Right, is that also something that can be done remote as well? If so, then for sure. Trey saying, fam, about Monday, you're actually not going to stream, fam, to pay respect. It's not actually because that's actually not the reason. I'm away on Monday. I'm away on Monday, so I actually can't do it on Monday. It's actually not because of the bank holiday. Is there anything? Kevin saying marketing's simple. Become an IRL streamer. Copywriting is really good as well. That's the same as marketing essentially, but it's specifically that you write the written material. You write the written material, obviously, but you write for products. So you know, you write the description of a product, the slogan, advertising. Like, copywriting is all about the writing done for marketing. So that can be good as well. Don't work for TMG, please. Do you mean UMG? Talking about Universal Media Group? Jaden saying bros at the funeral. The line to see the Queen at one point was like 3 miles long. Like, people standing in line for 3 miles. Did you see that? Freaking crazy. Was with friends to close the stream off. Unfortunately, guys, we gotta be ending it here. We're gonna be ending it here. Should I take it to 10:30? Min-Max Show, you came at the worst time. Thank you for tuning in. Yo, stay tuned, because we're gonna be raiding my friend Israel, who's playing Destiny. So stay tuned so we can have a nice surprise of raid viewers coming to his stream. But yeah, let's take it to 10:30. We'll take it to 10:30. I'll do one more question. This is not a therapy with Tamago 24/7 for everyone that's just hopping into the stream. We are not doing the Bunda check. Bunda check was a one-time event. If you missed it, you missed it. All right, one more, and then we go to, well, we'll call it for the stream. Okay, this is interesting. Wait, let's see. One of my... What was that showing in my background? Hold on, sorry, 1 second. Oh, it's the what? Okay. One of my main insecurities is how I smell, as sometimes you can become nose blind to your own BO. I need the help of which fragrance to choose because Jeremy fragrance isn't much help. Let me just quickly check that Jeremy fragrance is real and I'm not being taken for a ride right now. Jeremy fragrance is the leading fragrance influencer. What? Is this a joke? What is this? Is this a joke? Jeremy fragrance is the leading fragrance influencer? Freaking Cody Ko made a video trying not to laugh at Jeremy fragrance. Is this guy a meme? All right, I'm gonna take the question seriously because I think it's actually it could be taken seriously, right? I think it could be taken seriously. But so yeah, you actually can become blind to your own BO sometimes, or nose blind, I should say, like desensitized to it. You know, someone who's asking this question, I would assume you already have the basics down of if you're someone who's more likely to suffer with BO, make sure you're showering every day, as well as showering after exertion, like especially after you work out or, you know, you've been sweating a lot. Just making sure that you shower when it's necessary, but also regularly is important because, you know, sweat leads to bacteria and then that bacteria leads to the odor, right? So just cleaning yourself of that is gonna help. You know, an antiperspirant, you don't just want a fragrance, you want an antiperspirant, which is going to reduce the amount of it will neutralize. I think what it does, no, that's what deodorant does. So antiperspirant reduces how much you sweat. Deodorant neutralizes the bacteria which leads to your sweat causing odor, right? So if you're using a combination of those, and I know that they have like those natural deodorants and stuff like that, I've heard they're not that effective. I don't know, I don't have experience. I've only been using the stuff that destroys the ozone layer, but you know, sometimes that's what you got to use so that you don't smell bad. You know, I know that BO is an insecurity for a lot of people, and so making sure that you're using the right products can help. What I use is like, what even is it? Hold on, what is it? This is not sponsored, but it's Dove. It's Dove Men Plus Care Extra Fresh 48-hour powerful protection. BO equals big odor, body odor. But yeah, no, like just make sure you're using the right products is important, and showering regularly. If you're doing all that stuff and you're still having an issue, it might be worth speaking to a doctor. I don't know if that's like a concern of dermatology, but if you're doing all that and it's still not working, referring to a doctor is probably what's needed, because there might be another source of the issue, honestly. So yeah, that's what I'd say to that. That's what I'd say. What are people saying? What are people saying to that? Trey saying, keep yourself squeaky clean, use antibacterial soap, towel off well. Dude, did you get this from a list? Why is every word capitalized? Use industrial strength. Industrial strength, bruh. Sounds like you're a printer or something, man. What the antiperspirants, keep your clothes clean, cut out or cut back on certain foods or drinks. That's actually a good point. I don't know which food and drink can cause BO, but yeah, food and drink can actually lead to it. So do take care of your diet as well. I'm a man and I use women's deodorant because it smells better. Honestly, I don't get why deodorant is a gendered product. Like, I actually don't understand that at all. You know, even perfume. Like, I don't get why I'm not allowed to smell like fruit. You know, like, why do I have to smell like... Wait, hold on. Why do I have to smell like Impact? You know what I mean? Like, why do I have to smell like Impact? Why can I not smell like a strawberry? You know what I mean? I don't get that. I don't know why they gender this stuff. But yeah, no, use that women's deodorant if you like the smell, man. Go for it. Go for it. I always be smelling like Fruit Brother. That's what I like. Let's freaking go. Simi scent reveal. Yeah, my uncle got this for me for my birthday. Shout out to my uncle. 4D stream when you just want me to spray it at the lens, yeah. A lot of men wear citrus and sweet perfumes. Yeah, like I feel like this whole like gendered perfume. I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on? Simi would like the way I smell. I don't know how to feel. I want to smell like a nice Hawaiian beach, not some whole ass continent or some big ass concept. Links Africa. yeah, Links Africa. Or freaking just like some ocean breeze or whatever. Jaden saying true, I was the uncle, bro. I've shortened it down, but I can write about it for time. I've had so many cases of this problem the last year. Oh, really, Trey? Okay, then that's fair. That's fair. Do a tour for people to smell you, bro. CK mainly makes mainly citrus-based scents for men now. Oh, okay. All right, that's fair. That's cool to know. CK, I don't know if I've actually heard of them. But yeah, people who sweat smell like nothing. I hate them. So genetics, man. Some people are just built different, man. Some people just built different. Oh, I do know CK. I know this brand. I know SpongeBob SquarePants. Fragrance X? Is that like stock X? Is that like trading for perfume? Is that real? No freaking way. Is that real? There's a stock X for perfume. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. All right. Let me smell like Squidward. Buy it on stream. I clicked on it, but it said oh wait, no, I found it now. Let me just make sure no personal details show. Yo, this is mad. Are you kidding me? It's by Nickelodeon for men. This is another thing. Like, why is it for men? It's just Squidward. It's literally just Squidward, man. What is this? Bro. Wow. There's actually a Squidward freaking perfume. Amazing. That nose is concerning, man. Wow. They could have at least made it straight down, you know what I mean? Or is that part of the opening mechanic? Oh, you can move it. You can move it, bruh. Okay. Okay. I don't think I'll be trying the Squidward cologne anytime soon. I'm not gonna lie to you. Only one in stock. And it's gonna remain in stock unless one of you guys buy it. Sandy Cheeks perfume when? Hey, let's see what other perfumes Nickelodeon has. I mean, we might as well. Look. They have Patrick. They have SpongeBob himself. And they have iCarly. Wait. Patrick is men's, but SpongeBob is women's. How are they making these decisions? How? Eau de toilette for girls. Oh man, I think we're done here. Apparently your impact perfume is a woody citrus smell. Yeah, sure. I would describe it like that. Sure. All right, people. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. This is your first installment of Not a Therapist with Tamago 24/7. I just got the idea because I was just like, yo, let's try and do something interesting. So I hope you liked it. We'll be doing this again. I made it to question... Let me see. I'm going to keep a note of it. I made it to submission 48. So I'm going to keep a note of that specifically. And we can pick up from where we left off next time we do this. Which may be tomorrow. It might not be streaming tomorrow. Stay tuned to my Twitter. I will let you know. No stream on Monday in case I'm not live tomorrow. Let me give you guys a headset here. And we'll call it for the stream. Thank you, Dr. Melfi. Have a wonderful evening. Please do not stream tomorrow, bruh. Alright, what are we looking at here? How's it looking? I'm feeling a 5. I feel like that's a I feel like that just gets a 5, you know? Just not even a 5 or nah, just straight 5. I would give that straight 5. I'm seeing a lot of 4s, some 3s. Jaden saying 5, Star saying 4. Okay. Okay, so we're saying below average. One of y'all is saying 6. Luma saying 14. Okay. Alright. Madeline saying 3. Okay then. Okay, cool. What link did Kevin send me? Bro, what are these? Are these just like figurines? I'm not gonna lie, these look really cool. These look really cool. This one is kind of cursed. I think that's like handsome Squidward blinking or something. Or squinting. But these look cool. The headset hair you posted on your TikTok was fatally terrible. Indeed. Did you get the idea when your application to become a therapist was rejected? I don't talk about that, Luma Vivo. I don't talk about that. Alright, people. Thank you for tuning into the stream. I hope you had a good time. Let me double check that Israel is still live. If so, yes, he is playing Destiny 2. Stay tuned for the raid, people. Stay tuned for the raid. Simi's Bunda BOB, bruh. That's a command? I didn't even realize that was a command, bruh. Okay, okay. Not a therapist of Kevin. Hey, if you want to do not a therapist, go for it. Do it. Do it. All right, people. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, which might be tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday, not Monday. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Until then, you have a very nice afternoon, morning, evening, or night, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope I was able to help a little bit. But remember, I'm not a therapist. I'll catch you in the next stream, all right? Peace out, everybody. And bye-bye.